Hello, Croatian learners, and welcome back to our channel, Learn Croatian. My name is Ines, and I'm here for you to help you on your Croatian learning journey. This video is a part of the Croatian Cases series, and you are welcome to check out our other videos in which we talk about the other cases in Croatian. There are 7, as you may already know. Today, I want to talk about a very peculiar case in Croatian, and this case is called the vocative case. So stay tuned. Okay, so what is the vocative case? The vocative case is the 5th case in Croatian. And if you look at its title, its name, it actually comes from a Latin word, vocare, which means to call. Well, as the name itself says, you actually use the vocative case whenever you want to call or address someone. Yes, unfortunately, you have a case for that as well in Croatian. It is quite an easy case, actually. So today, when I talk about the vocative, I kind of want to talk about different aspects of the vocative case or different aspects when you use the vocative case. So in this video, I want to talk about the vocative that we use when you call someone or address someone by name. The vocative that you use when you address someone by their title, job title, or a family member. And then I want to talk about the vocative in just the common words or the common phrases that you would use to address someone. So let's start with the names. So when we're talking about addressing someone or calling someone, of course you would use their name, which means that names are the most common place where you would use the vocative case. There are several different endings for names in Croatian, but the most common rule is that all the female names end on an A, the male names end on a consonant. However, this is not a strict rule. But let me break it down for you so you know how to use the vocative when calling someone by name. All of the names that end on an A, either female, which are very common, or male, which are not so great in number, they would actually have the same form in the vocative as in the nominative. This does not apply to names or titles that end on ica. And these have their own ending, but for the names that end on an A, just remember that they don't change their form from the nominative to the vocative. Another case where the names don't change the form are the female names that end on a consonant. Now, these are not very common in Croatian, although there are a lot of these names, but there are just a few, like yours truly, Ines, or Dolores, or Doris. These names actually don't change throughout the cases at all, so the nominative would also be the same as the vocative, or the other way around. Another case where the name would remain the same as the nominative are the male names that end on an O or an E. So you have these are common male names, so like Marko, Ivo, or Duje. Duje is a very common name in Dalmatia, especially in Split area. So these names would also have the same form in the nominative as in the vocative case. Now, the names that do change the form slightly are the male names that end on a consonant. So if we look at a name Ivan, if we want to use the vocative, we would say Ivane. You would actually add an E to the male name ending on a consonant. Just to quickly give you a little tip, whenever, actually it's a rule, grammar rule, whenever you are writing a sentence, you need to separate the name or the word in the vocative from the rest of the sentence. So you need to use a comma every time. For example, if you want to say, Ivan, pleased to meet you, you would write Ivane, comma, drago mi je. Or if you want to put it at the end of the sentence, you would say drago mi je, comma, Ivane. Okay, so it's a very helpful rule to know. And that's it for the names. Basically, as you can see, the vocative and the nominative are the same except for the names, male names that end on a consonant. So it's a pretty easy concept to memorize and to implement into your everyday Croatian language. Now, the second aspect of using the vocative is in the titles, in the either job title or a family member. Now, this is where I want to talk about how we have different words if you're addressing a man or if you're addressing a woman. So let's say you have a teacher, you have a male teacher, it's called učitelj. So if you want to address him, you would add a U at the end. So you would say učitelju. But if you want to address a female teacher, actually any job title can be created into a female job title by adding that ending ica from earlier in this video. Now, if you want to say a female teacher in the nominative, you would use the učitelj, and then you would add ica, which is učiteljica. And that's the nominative. Now, if you want to address a teacher or call a teacher, you would say učiteljice. So ica will always become ice in the vocative. Now, in the for the titles, for male titles, it will depend. You can either use the ending u or the ending e in order to address someone that has a male title. So učitelj would be učitelju. But if you want to call a doctor, doctor is doktor, so the vocative would be doktore. So either you would use a U or an E. So for the family members, a lot of the titles like mom or dad, they would be the same. They would have the same form in the vocative as the nominative. There are some that change. So please visit our blog. I will give you a link below where you can actually see how you can address different family members in Croatia. Now, another quick tip, the titles or roles for family members are actually different from region to region. And so you will, depending on which region you visit or which region you live in, you would use maybe slightly different titles for different family members. The third instance that I want to talk to you about when you need to use the vocative is when you're writing letters. Now, I know letters are not common anymore, but emails certainly are. So this means whenever you're opening an email, you want to use the vocative case, whether it's a formal or informal email or a letter, you would use the vocative when opening. So if you want to say, Dear John, you would say, Dragi Ivane. You would use the vocative case. Okay. Also, if you're writing a formal letter, then you want to address someone as Mr. or Mrs. So you would say Dragi gospodine, which is the vocative for Mr., or Draga gospođo, which is the vocative for Mrs. Now, if you want to write a letter with an opening line, to whom it may concern, the best way to do that is to use a general word which represents respect, and you can use this word even in any formal letter. You would say poštovani. So poštovani gospodine, respected sir, or poštovana gospođo, respected Mrs. Or if you just want to write and you want to say to whom it may concern, you would just say poštovani which is plural for the vocative. If you know you're addressing only women, the group of women, then you would say poštovane. But even in that instance, it's okay to use poštovani, which is a plural for group of men or a group of men and women mixed. So just remember to use this word. It's very, very common when opening emails, when opening letters, and to express respect. Even at the end, when you're closing a letter, you would say respect, which is poštovanje, or s poštovanjem, with respect, and you would sign your name. So these are a few tips on how to use the vocative. Please visit our article in which you can see more details about how you can form the vocative, even in the common nouns that we would use to address someone. So unfortunately, we don't always address someone by name, or we use different phrases. Some of them may not be so good, but you would also use really nice phrases like my love and my sweetheart and so on. You would use the vocative. So please check out our article for more information on that. And just remember, the vocative case is used whenever you want to address someone or call someone, and thankfully it's a lot of the times is the same as the nominative, especially for the names. So that was it for today. I hope this video was helpful. This is a very peculiar case in Croatian. Please visit our other videos as well to learn more about the Croatian cases, and subscribe to our channel because there will be more videos coming. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to contact us. I will be here for you to help you on your Croatian learning journey. My name is Ines, and I hope you have a great day learning Croatian. Sretno!